that we have to try to savor certain good and special moments that come in our lives. You can't race through life. You can't speed through life. You have to learn to stop and smell the roses. You have to learn to stop and catch a glimpse of the marvelous and wonderful things that are happening in your space. You have to learn to feed off of what's trying to feed you. Simply put, there are certain moments, there are certain times, certain experiences that are ours, that we need to learn to embrace, to hold on to gravitate toward, because they empower the rest of our lives. As a child, my mother would tell my brother and myself not to eat our food too fast. She'd tell us to enjoy each bite, to savor the love and the flavor of the food. I can remember those days sitting at the table. Mama would say, slow down. Somebody here's a witness. Enjoy what you're eating. I remember when I was president of the Hampton University Ministers Conference for those 4 years, the first president to ever serve a 4-year term. Those were long and trying times. And I remember one preacher came up to me at one of the restaurants one day and said, "Oh, I know you'll be glad when this is over." I looked at him and said, "No, that's not particularly true." I said, "The truth of the matter is, it will be over. If I live and don't die, it will come to an end. But I plan to enjoy every moment of the ride." I wish I had some folk here on my street. It will end, but I want to enjoy it. I want to get everything in it that's got my name on it. Because whatever I draw from it will help me down the road. And let me help somebody here. There are times in your life that are so good. If I'm talking to anybody here who knows what a good time looks like, I'm not talking about with some Johnny Walker and Old Crow, but I'm just talking about knowing that your cup is running over. If you know what a good time feels like and looks like, then you know what it is to almost wish you could bottle it and take a swig every now and then. Oh, I feel like preaching this morning. You wish you could just hold on to it and pull it out at any given moment. That's the platform upon which David builds this statement. His heart is overflowing. Words cannot fully express the depth of the emotion that is birthed in him as the result of the scene that is before his eyes. He is living undeniably the greatest moment in his life. Everything has come together. He's seeing what others only dream of. He is getting a glimpse of the fulfillment of the plan of God in its uniqueness and fullness. David really does say, "My cup is running over." For David, this is not a moment to rush past. And let me serve notice on folk who rush past great moments. David says, I've got to stop for a minute. I've got to savor this. I've got to enjoy what's going on in my space. In fact, nudge the person beside you and say, start enjoying where you are. Waking up 365 days and upset 200 of them. Start enjoying where you are. Waking up and seeing a sunrise you've never seen and a sunset you'll never see again. Start enjoying where you are. Spending time with people you like, hanging around folk you love, doing some things that make your cup run over. Start enjoying where you are. In fact, look at the person beside you and tell them, enjoy sitting beside me. You could be sitting beside somebody stupid and crazy. You could be sitting beside somebody gossiping. You could be sitting beside somebody on the telephone. You could be sitting beside somebody who just mentally ill right now. But thanks be to God, you're sitting beside me, and baby, I'm getting ready to break out in a praise. David's cup is running over. He's savoring the moment, and with with the people assembled before him, both the leaders and all in the nation, he celebrates the moment with prayer. Uh-oh, y'all missed that. I need some intercessors just to holler, praise God. He celebrates the moment with prayer. Now, I have to let you in on something. D, when I was writing the sermon, when I was putting it down on paper, I initially wrote the line, he paused the celebration to pray. Y'all didn't get it. I initially wrote choir. He paused the celebration to pray. And then it hit me. The prayer is the pause. You ain't pausing nothing when you pray. In fact, prayer is the essence of the celebration. Y'all got to get that. In fact, it's saying to God, the only reason I have something to celebrate is because of you. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be celebrating right now. I don't pause my celebration to pray. In fact, my prayer is my celebration. I need you to look at somebody and tell them, I know about that. Any of y'all ever start praying and get caught up? Any of you ever start praying and before you know it, you lose track of where you are, what you're going through, you get to your destination? I wish I could talk to some folk who know about praying and you start snotting and crying and praying and you start waving your hand and you a big rock solid brother but tears coming down your face. You an Amazon woman and you start running somewhere. Help me somebody. Why? Because you put the celebration on a heavenly footing. Can I talk about it like I want? That's why in the New Testament, when those lepers get healed, and Jesus heals 10 of them, and they go away, but one of them comes back, and Jesus says, where are the other 9? Because only one of them came back. That's a symbol of prayer. The rest of them go about their business just glad to be healed. But one of them had enough sense to realize, I need to go back to the one who healed me and let my celebration be with him. See, some of y'all are celebrating with the wrong folk. You need to celebrate with God what God has done for you. Can I get a half a witness in here? David just starts praying. Oh, he's praising God and praying at the same time. Praising and praying, praying and praising, praising and praying, praying and praising, and praising and praying and praying and praising. Hands waving, snot coming down, eyes rolling, tears coming out his head, hands moving, hips going, feet dancing, praising and praying. Big shots and no shots and little shots are all looking at him, but he could care less who's looking at him because he's in the presence of Jehovah, from whom all blessings flow. I need you to text somebody and tell them, I ain't ashamed who sees me, because when I think about the goodness of the Lord, I'll bust a move right in your face, baby. David starts praying, Doug. He starts praying and he starts praising God. Praise be to the Lord, the God of our fathers Israel, for everlasting to everlasting. Yours, Lord, is the greatness and the power and the glory and the majesty and the splendor. For everything in heaven and on earth is yours, Lord. Yours is the kingdom. You're exalted as high in the heavens. Wealth and honor come from you. You are the ruler of all things. In your hand are strength and power to exalt and give strength. Now, God, we give you thanks. Oh, God, we give you, oh, God, hallelujah to your name. We give you thanks. We give you praise. We praise your God. Do I have anybody here who knows about praising a glorious God? I wish you could just give him, before I go any further, if you could just give him some praise. Oh, my God. But deacons, before he brings that prayer to an end, tears coming down his face, snot coming out out his nose, hair all unkempt. If he was a woman, his track fell out. Everything just going on here. He broke a fingernail and stubbed his big toe. Toe went through his stockings, got to run from Florida all the way to Maine. I mean, he's in bad. Oh, he's just going free, falling out, rolling on the floor. This David, the king who slew Goliath, David, the one who marshaled armies, but he's getting his praise on. And his praise is born out of his prayer and connecting to God. I wish I had somebody who on this Sunday does not mind who looks at you and who sees you, but you just want to let God know how hallelujah happy you are. But Cynthia, before he ends that prayer, before he ends it, before he gets up off his knees, before he stops praying, he calls on God to help them savor the moment. He solicits God to take this memory and stamp it in their minds and in their hearts. He says, Lord, the God of our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, keep these desires and thoughts in the hearts of your people and keep their hearts loyal to you. God, I know we're looking cute and sophisticated, and bougie. Nudge somebody, say, you know he's talking about you. Look at him, say, you know you bougie. But God, keep us close to you. I need somebody who knows you want him to keep you close. You want him, oh, come on, don't play with me, don't play with me. Yvette, somebody in here wants him to keep you close. Oh, I know that's right. My mother-in-law, God rest her soul, my mother-in-law would sing until heaven rejoiced and earth got happy, a song that says it pays to serve Jesus. It pays every step of the way, though the pathway to glory may sometimes be drear, you'll be happy every step of the way. Now, there's some folk who laugh at us and make fun of us for getting up and putting our church clothes on and getting in a car on Sunday morning, third Sunday in March, and driving up here to this 6020 Marion Drive and coming in here and waving our hands and falling out. But if they only knew what we knew, if they only been where we've been, they would understand it does not matter how high on the hog we get. We come into church, we're going to bless the name of our God, because there's nobody greater, nobody more wonderful. Do I have some? Don't get me started on talking about how good my God is and how do I have somebody here. I need you to slap five with the person beside you and tell them you don't know my story. And it'll take me too long to tell you, but I'll show you. Hallelujah! David said, God, we gathered here. You told us to build your church. You told us to build your temple. You told me to tell the people to build the temple. You told me to go into my storehouse and get mine and bring mine and put mine out there. And I didn't know how it would go. I didn't know what your people's response would be, because sometimes people can be selfish. Sometimes they can be into themselves. Sometimes they can be caught up on themselves. But God, you have shown us today that you will do awesome and unbelievable things in our midst. You have blown our living mind. Can I get a half a witness? David said, God, there are two major truths I know now. I know it's no secret what you can do. And I know that it's no secret what your people can do. They're always talking about what can't be done. Oh, but I learned something today. David said, I learned when they put you first, all things are possible. I need you to slap five with somebody and say, we taking charge today.
I'm sure that message is blessing you, and don't worry, we're going to pick up right where we left off next week. So make sure you're tuned in, and make sure you stay connected to our ministry. Go to the website www.newpsalmist.org to learn about what's going on here at the church and to get connected with us through social media. Until next week, be blessed.
In life, there are so many uncertain circumstances.